Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. I've got a tripod to give away, a brand spanking new tripod to the value of more than €300. I'm not 100% sure how much it is, but you can go and check yourself. €300, I think roughly that's what it's worth, but either way it's brand spanking new and in a box. And if I'm honest, that's the only reason why I'm here. So this is Spittal Beach. I'll just grab a couple of shots from here of that rather splendid looking lighthouse in the background. That's Berwick Lighthouse. I've got to be honest though, I have photographed it a few times, but I've been in Northumberland for the past 2 weeks running workshops, etc. Doing some Nissy days as well. Absolutely fantastic. I had a superb time. Love this part of the country. But before I headed home, I remembered that I have a tripod to give away. So that's really the only excuse for coming down here. So what you could expect from this is I'll have a quick chat to you for about 2 minutes, that is all, just 2 minutes about the tripod that I've got to give away. I'll then explain to you how you could become a recipient of this said tripod, and I'm going to make it very easy for you, trust me. And then, while I'm here, and to add a bit of substance to this video, as if it needed some substance when you're giving a tripod away, I'm going to grab some sunset pictures of the lighthouse. Now I'm sure that some of you guys will know that this company called iFootage has sponsored my channel for the past 2.5 years by giving me gear like this, and I'm eternally grateful to them for it. Now this has been my daily look at that, 2.5 years I've used this, and it is absolutely rock solid. This is the TC7 model, and it is still 100% faultless. My daily driver for 2.5 years. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Right, so they contacted me and said, right, we need to send you some new gear. So they sent me out a replacement for this, the TC7, which is still their current model, but also a replacement, which is this here, called a TC9. The TC9 is bigger, sturdier, not that it needs to be any more sturdy than that, but it is bigger, bulkier, sturdier, and it sits taller as well. I'll explain the reasons why I'm showing you this in a second. So there you go. Right, now, I don't necessarily need a tripod that's taller, and I certainly don't need one that's stronger and bulkier. But when you set your camera up like this, it's nice to know that you've got a bit of extra leg room for when you're on an uneven surface like a mountain or something, because I'm sure we've all been caught out, you know, with that before now. So it's nice just to have that extra leg room, shall we say, in reserve. Now, they sent me that out, and this TC9 now is going to be my new daily driver. That means the TC7, don't worry, not this one, the replacement they sent me out for this, which is still brand new, sealed in a box, I've got that to give away. Got it to give away. And I'm going to do it in a very, very simple way. At some point in this video, let's say up there on the screen, for literally half a second, I will put an email address. If you want to be a recipient of this tripod, just watch the video, keep an eye out for that email address, and then once you see it, don't put it in the comments below. Otherwise, everybody will know what it is. Just email me your name. Nothing any more than that. Please, no begging, notes, nothing at all like that. I'm not interested. Okay? Just send me an email to the email address that will pop up there at some point in this video with your name, just so that I can then put your name on one of these randomizers, and then next week I'll do it live on the show. I'll hit that randomizer and boom. If you come up, you will be a recipient of a brand spanking new iFootage TC7 tripod. Not bad, is it? By the way, it's only me and Mr. H that they support in the UK. Mr. H and me. And Mr. H has this tripod here, the TC7, as his daily driver. So I think that speaks volumes. Luckily, Berwick Lighthouse is one of these rare places, it's one of these rare locations. Even though it's sat on the easterly side of the coastline, it still looks good, or it still normally looks good. Of course it won't be tonight. It still normally looks good at sunset as well as sunrise. So, as you could probably tell by the light on my face, sun is setting way over to the left hand side. So I'm hoping that it's going to light the sky up behind the lighthouse, like it very often does, like it has done pretty much every night since I've been here. And tonight my app said 46% chance of a good sunset. So all the stars have aligned in theory for a good image tonight. That's never going to go wrong, is it? Never. Let me throw you guys in camera just so you can see what I'm looking at. I mean, look at that. I'm not sure if I'm all level or anything or focused, but just to show you guys what I'm looking at. And I really am going to go for a very basic shot, something like that maybe. I might go for a really long pier shot like that. I might raise the camera up so I've got lots of, hopefully, some colourful sky in there. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm going to go for. I'm not going to move away from here because, like I say, this video is more about giving this tripod away than it is for me to try and better any pictures that I've captured from here in the past. But of course, I will try and better them, because that's what you do every time you come back to a new location. Let's give you a quick sit rep. It's 9:15 and sunset is at 10 o'clock. It's got the makings of a good sunset tonight. Like I say, more over to the left hand side than over here, but generally in this area, when you have a good sunset, it lights up the whole of the sky, which of course is what I'm hoping for. So my setup at the moment then, f11, ISO 50, 2-minute exposure with a 10-stop filter on there, just to get things on the way. And as and when I take a picture, I'll show you the results straight away. Just while I'm waiting for my camera to take another 2-minute exposure, I'm just looking at the sea coming in, the tide, and I can see the water's coming up by these groins here. I'm sure they've definitely been shot to death, because that there, as you can see, would make for a very, very nice shot. So what I might do, yeah, I know I've got my 70 to 200mm lens on, and I know I didn't want to make this video all about the photography, but I can't help myself. What I'll do is I'll wait just a little bit more until the tide comes in and covers those 1, 2, 3 groins, the green mossy laden groins, and I'll grab a shot like you can see here, because that's pretty decent, isn't it? That's quite nice. Now I've just done a very short time lapse there of the sun going down. We've still got 15 minutes left, but I tell you what, that sky only looks like that because the camera's exposing for it. If it exposes for me, then you'll see the brightness of the sky behind. So yeah, it's nice, but that's not a true representation of what it is I'm looking at the moment. But I've got to tell you, it's looking good. Let me spin this camera around. Let's come back out so I don't look quite as bad. Right, okay. The sky behind the lighthouse at the moment is pretty cool. It's really, really good. So this is a true representation of what we're looking at. That's what the sky is really like. That's what the colour is like where I'm shooting. We've just got these colours starting to kick onto the side of the sky that I'm looking at. And if you look down towards Bamborough Castle, okay, you could see, even though it's clearly a sunrise location, look how gorgeous that sky is there. And we've still got, what, 12, maybe 13 minutes before sunset proper. But that sky there is terrific. And that over a 2 and a 4 minute exposure just looks fantastic. That's exactly what I'm playing with now. 2 minutes and 4 minute exposures. And we look at that picture there. Look at that. That's a 2 minute exposure, that's a 4 minute exposure. And the light on the lighthouse is just awesome. Look. Oh, it's just incredible. In actual fact, before I move on, I'll show you that image full size. This morning, I got very excited because I captured some fine art images at Lindisfarne this morning, the Holy Island, Lindisfarne. And I think that they're likely to be images that haven't been captured there before in my own little fine art style. Now, even though I recorded that this morning, I'll probably put that video out a week before I put this one out. So if you're watching this video now and you haven't seen the Lindisfarne video, I shall leave a link at the end of this video, because I haven't seen the images yet on a big screen, but it's something that I'm very excited. I got super excited about it. It was a bit scary because I did something that was a bit, in theory, potentially daft. It proved to be okay in the end, so I'm not trying to clickbait you, but yeah, very, very excited by the images, very excited. Please, if you haven't seen it already, click the link at the end of this video. Right, where are we with this? I don't want to do anything else with this video because that is just a printer. Tell you what I might do. I might put my 6-stop filter on, drop this shutter speed down to about 10 seconds just to flatten that water ever so slightly. I might zoom in quite tight because that sky is quite nice, but 10 seconds obviously will blur the sky. And I'll take a large pano sweep, so that way if you're a member to my YouTube channel, you'll get those dish delish images. Let's do that. Look at that sky. Let's zoom out. Look at that sky. That's just lovely. Honestly, that across there on a 4 minute exposure, it's just so cool. Obviously only if you like long exposure shots, but that is a wonderful sky. And what time is it? 1 second. Right, it's sunset now, and in my experience, very often the sky lights up even more, so I'm certainly not in a rush to go anywhere. The only slight issue we might have is there's a blocker cloud there, so sun has dropped down there, and this dark thick cloud here might be stopping the light from coming and lighting up the back of the lighthouse. But to be honest, that still looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Now, I know I said I didn't want to make this video about the pictures, but the sky really is tremendous, and it is getting better, just like I said. Now, what I want to do is, again, I have photographed it before, but I'll finish this 4 minute exposure off jump in the car, I'll go the other side of the lighthouse and I'll grab a couple of shots from, oh, that is just awesome. It is. It's just awesome. Right, I take back everything I said. I'm not going to head over the other side, otherwise the video will just get too long. So what I'm going to do is throw my camera as low as I can get it and grab one more shot for luck, because what I do like is when the camera is at sea level or water level, because I think it looks cool. So it'll be a similar shot to what I've already captured, nothing any different, but the perspective will be really, really low down. I don't want to get too much closer to the water's edge because the tide is coming in. Okay, so same thing, but with a completely different angle. Perspective, nice and low.